Hey, what's going on, guys? West Pay Farm Display here, back with the second episode of Talk, and today we're going to be talking about a variety of things that hopefully you guys agree with me on. Um, and you know what? We've just got a pretty random episode. Wherever I'm going to talk about it. But I want to start this off by saying, for what I want to see, it is April. It's nearly May. Um, but there is another NFTS that is still coming out. I think, believe that's in November. And today I want to talk about what I want to see for that. Um, so really, what I want to see for um, tractors being made, I want to start talking about that. Um, Me and Dan originally shot this episode, but unfortunately, the video was way too long. It took up a lot of space on my phone, and it took forever to get on YouTube. And I at that point just deleted it. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about tractor brands I like to be seen made in 1/64 scale. Um, so there's a lot of brands that we've seen in the past couple months, being made. We've got some more Agco. I could say Agco, but really more Alice Chalmers being made. We've seen a remake of the 7580 that was, I think, about a 2006 NFTS tractor, which was the only way you'd get one, and we've finally got that. We've got, I think, what, the D19, and we've got some of those tractors which are really nice, and there's a couple of them that actually aren't being made by Ertl. We're also seeing Minneapolis Moline, but again, that's not being made by Ertl. It's being made by SpecCast. So unless you're going to pay about $30 for a Minneapolis Moline, you're really not going to get one. But that's something I would like to see Ertl make. I'd like Ertl's a lot more cockshuts and a lot more Olivers. And I think I speak for a lot of people because we're getting these real big 4-wheel drives, which are nice for collectors if you collect them, because we can't forget that SpecCast and Earl they speak to collectors too, not just farm displayers. Um, and quite frankly, I do want to get into that a little bit later. Um, but I feel like um, some of these tractors are a little too expensive too. Um, but I want to see a lot more of these brands. A lot more smaller tractors. Anyways, what I was saying is it's nice they're making these big 4-wheel drives. But for some of us farmers players, it's really hard because some of the farms that we're modeling after don't necessarily have a lot of 4-wheel drives, or even one 4-wheel drive, uh, for that matter. Because okay, so sorry for the interruption there. But what I was saying is that I want to see a lot more tractors for farm displayers. I feel like we want to see a variety of tractors, right? They're giving us the variety, and I will give them props for that. Um, but what is not being shown to us is the variety. And I know I'm sounding really repetitive, but the collectors, they're getting chaser units and stuff, but I feel like the majority of people that buy tractors don't really collect them. They more use them for their displays, because you could look and see how many tractor collection videos there are on YouTube, but how many of those people that actually collect them still have a farm display as well. So I feel like there's definitely a little imbalance there, as far as, because it's not like for farm displayers, like collectors, they have their chaser units on top of the regular tractors. What do we have on top of the regular tractors? There's really nothing. And I wish that there was sort of something that they could do for us. Like buy tractor sets, like buy a set, but it also comes with like Woodland Scenics, and I feel like that would be a very hard thing to do, because you've got to also partner Woodland Scenics with Ertl or SpecCast or whatever. Um, but I feel like, just in the tractor industry, I feel like I want to see Ertl take these steps to make these different tractors, not SpecCast. And it's not only just for the price, but for the but for just the fact that Ertl is the main company people buy off of. I shouldn't have to rely on a company that I've never purchased off of that makes really expensive stuff to get my variety of tractors. Ertl should be there because Ertl has been around, I do believe, longer than SpecCast. So I don't know, and I would like to see a lot more implements too. Give me a second here, guys. All right, I would like to see, a lot more of the, uh, different implements. If we've got Alice Chalmers tractors, why can't we have Alice Chalmers implements? And as far as AGCO implements, I understand that, Ertl and all them, they are making their stuff. But I'm sorry, but I'm not ever gonna buy a spec cast implement. I do not see a reasonable, I don't see a reason why I should have to spend $70 on one thing. I could think of 4 other things that I would rather spend $70 on than one thing. And like I said, and that's the biggest thing when I'm, doing budgets and stuff like that, because I don't want to make an unreasonable purchase like that. And at that point, if you're spending 70 something dollars on it, you don't have a budget. You probably don't collect. Well, it depends. I mean, you could collect. I'm not saying limits, because I know there's probably somebody out there that has some reasonably spent that $70. But if I'm gonna spend $70 on something for my farm display at once, it's gonna be a Mac R. It's gonna be a 1/64 scale DCP Mac R. And that's just that simple. But I don't see why they should have any need to charge $70 for that. That's a big waste of money, in my personal opinion. Like I said, I would like to see a little bit more detail on some of these things, because I don't reasonably see, why, we can't get more variety. And I understand it's going to take time and stuff like that for that to happen, but I feel like they need to start focusing on more. Like, as much as they put out John Deere and Case IH, I could still see where they've left off. Certain John Deere's or certain Case IHs, or even certain lines from the two companies. I just don't feel like as a displayer we're getting enough from Ertl themselves. SpecCast is making their moves, and I understand Ertl's bringing Alice Chalmers into the game. I would like to see a lot more tractors. Like, instead of making these chaser units, make tractors that us farm displayers could put on our farms. Because let's face it, these chaser units, they weren't real tractors. There might be one that's sitting in a museum or this or that, but there's not, And also something I want to talk about, this State Tractor Series. That's one of those fuck ups that Ertl made. Ertl made some serious fucking mistakes with this. Because I don't think anybody, regardless of who is out there, wants a little state emblem on their fucking tractor when they buy it. And I know people that will buy those tractors and take sandpaper and sand off them and just literally and just have just to have the tractor. And I feel like that's dumb as shit. That if I want a certain kind of tractor, that I'm going to have to do that, and buy one of these State Series. Why literally just not sell all 50, in one set, and then give us our own tractors? Because that's dumb. That is literally the biggest fucking mistake Ertl has made. Because who wants that? Literally, if you're going to sell it in a set, sell them with a set with all 50 of them and call it a day. But don't give me some bullshit like that, because that's dumb. Why is there a little state on the front of my tractor? What was the point of you making that set? Because everybody I know who has bought a State tractor has sanded it off. Like, I think I've given Dan sandpaper so he could take care of his, because that's bullshit. You're giving this a variety, like you're giving a bigger variety to the State Series tractors. The people that collect those, which I've never heard of anybody that's really done that. You're giving variety to those people, but you're not giving variety to the collectors and the farm displayers, or the people that actually collect the normal tractors, not the stupid made up shit. That's my biggest thing. That is really that's a pet peeve that I have, and it's shit. It's complete shit. So, just putting that out there. I want to. I don't know. It sort of irks my soul when that happens. But, anyways, guys, I hope this was sort of a good episode. If you guys want to have anything to comment down in the comment section. But I'll see you.